Hi guys, Jason Smith here, down at Bury Girl Fringe in Suffolk, and today I'm working my way through all these lovely new MP18 heads. Now, I've done the MP18 blade. If you haven't seen that one, pop on the channel, have a look. Also, I've done the MP18 split cavity. Again, if you haven't seen that one, pop on the channel, have a look. But now, I'm going to do the interesting one from the point of view of how busy can you make an MP iron. It's the MP18 MMC, multi-material cavity. So what we're going to do, we're going to pop out into the range. We're going to go hit some balls on GC2, range balls first. Give us an idea how it feels, how it performs, how it looks behind the ball. And then we're going to pop into the custom fitting studio with my Gaming Ball Vice Pro to see how premium balls react to these lovely little faces. Right guys, and now in the outside teaching bay, and I've got the MP18 MMC. This is where it starts getting a little bit busy. Now, this thing's got titanium in the back. This thing's got tungsten in the toe. And it's basically, if you were to look at the split cavity, which is that one there, if you were to get the head of the split cavity, which actually, it's 30 degrees for a 6 iron, this is 28 degrees now for a 6 iron. So it's 2 degrees stronger. But the heads are nearly identical. So if you were to look at basically the heads, they're the same. However, when it comes to the MMC, the multi-material cavity bits, it's got titanium in the back. Now that was first seen on an MP iron, was it the 58, 59, the MP15? And it died for one season. It's back again. But we have got tungsten in the toe. Now, what difference that tungsten in the toe will make when it comes to forgiveness level on this very, very thin club. It's got like a very, very thin top line. It's thicker than the blade, yes it is, but actually I would say it is next to no different at all against the split cavity. I would say the MMC is fractionally thicker, but it's still, yeah, thin sole, quite thin top line. It's still basically a very, very either forgiving blade or not very forgiving, helpful cavity. No, it's not. It's still a blade. Right, I have got 5 balls again. I started the 5 ball rule. If you hadn't seen the video that I did with the first one, the blade, I was enjoying hitting the blade so much I've given myself 5 balls, because if not this video will be forever long. I'm going to do some on-course testing with all of these clubs, because guys do want to see how these react off of grass, off of different lies, coming into greens, etc., and I will do that. The only problem I've got with doing that kind of content now in a part of these videos is that the videos will be massively long, and from the point of view of editing it, etc., it's a lot easier for me to get like little smaller videos done in that way than it is to try and get everything bunched together. But it will happen. So for the moment, we're going to be looking at how this is constructed. It's forged again, but it's got forged with everything in it. The tungsten in the toe, it's now got the titanium in the back. It's 2 degrees stronger than the rest. We've still got the fly high to go. Again, 2 degrees stronger, I believe. But looks wise, it's every bit as much an MP as the rest of them. The blade length, I would say, is, do you know what? I haven't noticed any difference in blade length in all through the whole lot between the blade, the SC, and now the MMC. I haven't noticed a difference in blade length. Now, generally there is like a millimetre or so difference, but it's so tiny you can't really see. You would do if you put the blade, I've got the blade head here. If you were to compare the blade head and that head, yes, you can see that the blade head is slightly smaller, but I'm talking scoring lines, a millimetre, maybe 1.2. We're getting picky now. So this is still every bit a small little bladed club to hit. So 5 balls again. And I've got, again, GC2 on the floor, measuring everything that's going on with the range ball. And I have the information up on here, so I can then give you the information as best as possible, rather than just, obviously the information I get on GC2 is a certain amount, I get more on the tablet. So I will chuck that information out at you. Was that a brave fly? Right, ready to go. Now remember, 2 degrees stronger. So if you've seen my other videos so far, I expect these to go a little bit further, just because of loft. And we'll see how they perform later on with real balls. Oh, do you know what? Okay, I can feel a difference. That hit, I hit lovely. What was it going? 125 miles an hour, so there is a jump. So if you can remember my split cavity and blade numbers, there is a slight jump. 12.2 lower launch, but then again lower loft. A little tiny baby fade, well, so small it looks straight to me, but yes, 6.5 spin. 12, it's going, it seems like it's coming out lower, with less spin. It's a strange one, that. That's a strange one. That felt really nice. It did feel really nice. There is a distinct difference in feel, though, between the blade and this. Whether it's the tungsten, I don't know. Whether it's the titanium, I don't know. Whether it's a blend of both. But there is a distinct difference in feel with this MMC against the likes of the blade and the SC. The SC is a little bit, I wouldn't say not quite as soft. It is not quite as soft. I mean, the blade is just soft. Lovely feeling. This one is a little bit harsher. It's still hard to hit, though. You do have to realise you are hitting a blade, so you have to concentrate. What we got? 4 more to go. Yeah, there's another one down there. Again, that same feeling. 124 ball speed, 1 mile an hour less, 13.2, caught it slightly higher in the face. It's a tiny little pull, or tiny little draw really. 6.5 spin, 2 it's going lower. And at the moment, obviously these are range balls, so I can't gain a perfect idea of what real balls are going to do. But at the moment, it's looking a bit weird, because it doesn't seem to be going high enough. I mean, it's performing fine, as in I'm hitting it out the middle and it's doing what I'm wanting it to do. It's a 28 degrees, so it is 2 degrees stronger. I'll have to wait until real balls. But behind the ball, is there any offset? The very slightest amount of offset on this 6-iron, the tiniest amount, but it's tiny. It's very, very tiny. It's a tiny little blade length. It's a lovely little club. But the feeling is slightly different. The feeling, it is slightly different. Just very, it's like a little clip here. And it must be from the tungsten and it must be from the titanium. So, is it giving me actually sort of any more forgiveness? I wouldn't say, because I'm not hitting it like far enough off the middle to notice any difference. But again, forgiveness, guys, it's so hard to test, because unless you've got a swing robot who can deliver the exact same angles, the exact same face closure rates, exactly the same face to path, attack angles, and the exact same point on the face all at a single time at the same speed, you're dealing with human beings, and that's the hardest thing. So, I mean, what was that one there? That was 124, 13.6. It's doing the same thing as it was before. It's the same distance, 174, 173, 173. They're consistent enough. I just, at the moment, they're not going high enough. But then again, these are range balls, so we're concentrating more on feel, and there is a little bit more of a clippy feel to this than the others. 2 more to go. But then again, I must say, I'm not quite enjoying hitting this one as much as I was the blade. Quite very, very slightly thin. I'm talking like half a groove. 123, I lost 1 mile an hour ball speed. Yeah, 13.6. Little tiny little draw, but nothing really. It was, to me, it was more of a, it moved a little bit to the left rather than anything else. 6.8 spin, and yeah, I lost 1 mile an hour. I lost a yard. Oh dear. So I suppose in that sense, I caught that one half a groove out. and you can really feel that. And there's one good thing these clubs do. They give you perfect amounts of feedback. They really do give you a lovely amount of feedback, so you know exactly where you're hitting. The last ball, and then we're going to do some proper premium ball testing on GC2. Let's make this one a really good one. Oh yeah. Now that one did feel nice. Not like the others didn't feel nice, but you know what I mean. 124, back up again, 15-1, it's a little fadey one, but it's fine. 172, so I mean, look, the distances here. I've hit basically 5 shots. One of them I found was a very, very slightly different strike. It was like half a groove out, but you're looking at 174, 173, 173, 171, 172. Again, that's what you get from these type of clubs. If you're putting a decent strike, decent swing, decent delivery numbers onto a ball, they will give you consistent results. And these are just range balls. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go hit this on GC2 with my Gaming Ball Vice Pro and really see how these ones perform in the real world. Right guys, numbers time for the MP18 MMC multi-material cavity. These names are getting longer. 10 shots as always. Well, as I've done with the MP18 line anyway, I'll try and keep the data set somewhere near like that because it allows a little bit of comparison, and yeah. So 10 shots, 125 miles an hour on average, ranging from 124 up to 128 when I button it. Launch angle 16.2, so it's now starting to get a bit lower. Now bearing in mind though, this is a 2 degree stronger iron than the split cavity and also the blade. So hence the reason why there's going to be a slight drop in launch angle. I had the very, very slight, on average, little tiny cuts, but they were so small you could hardly see anything anyway. Spin though, now because of that 2 degrees difference in strength of loft, it's now gone down to just over 5,000. Now to be fair, it's a 28 degree club, so it's more like now most people's old school 5s. It's 1 degree stronger than my old school 5, and it's not that much difference in spin. So it's actually performing quite well for its loft. So this is where people have to understand, when it comes to comparing clubs, you have to compare more loft than you are necessarily talking about what this club does here, what this centre of gravity does here, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, okay, it's important, yes it is, but you have to, the club has to be true to its loft, because loft is the overriding factor when it comes to launch and spin and also ball speed, because obviously as you de-loft the club, you get more of a transfer of efficiency because you're getting less of a glancing blow, and that also then translates into lower spin, blah blah blah. That's before you even mess around with CG. But so it's spinning up at just over 5,000 revs, which is quite healthy. 32.7, so it's nearly 33, so it's not quite getting up as high as the SC and the blade, but then again it's 2 degrees stronger, so it may not do. Descending at 45.2, so that again 45 degrees is just on that cusp now of being functional. Now it's still functional. I say anything with any modicum of spin and descending around about the 45 degrees is controllable the other end, and it's up at 183. Now the only gripe I would have about the MMC, and Dispersion, if you really want to know because it's an interesting thing, is actually on net 0. However, I've gone from 10.3 yards left to 8.4 yards right. So I've got basically nearly 19 yards worth of gross deviation. But it looks good when you have a look at this. Oh, you're net 0. Well, you are net 0, but that just means that you could be 100 yards left and 100 yards right. Well, that's net 0, but you're wonky by 200 yards. So in actual fact, being wonky by, what, 18 or so yards is not actually that bad, considering it is going 183 yards. But again, this is again more like, I'll say it's not a helpful blade, but they try and making it a helpful blade. It's still basically a blade. But the MMC does give it a little bit more of a different feel, There's a different crack to it. There's not the same soft, like Mizuno, they love to say buttery soft, and the blade is buttery soft. It's gorgeous. SC is still very, very nice, but the MMC is now starting to get a bit clippy, a bit cracky. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like a game improvement crack, or a lot of it will depend on what ball you use to a certain point, because the ball can make a big difference to the feel, the sound of an iron strike. But I'm using fairly soft balls, premium balls, so I can distinctly tell the difference when I'm hitting different clubs, what they sound and feel like. But if you're not deterred by that slight difference in normal sound that you get from an MP iron, it's very much so like you used to get, say like with a JPX 900 forged, and also with a little bit of the MP25, we have shoved a little bit of boron in there. Yes, it works, but you do sacrifice a little bit of feel. And that's all it is, a little bit of feel, a little bit of acoustic loveliness when it comes to an MP iron. But it's still descending, it's still spinning well, it's still carrying a 183, so it is longer, but bear in mind it is 2 degrees stronger. If I was to get one of these blades and then pop that 2 degrees stronger, the chances are it will go no difference in this, but then you'd also get the lovely feel of the blade as well. So hope you like the numbers. I mean, looking at the flights, with everything else, it's me. These slight little differences are me. So hope you like the video. If you did, click the like button below. I will do more comparisons and bits and pieces up against other manufacturers' models, or between the SC and MMC, or whatever you would like. Pop that in the comments box below. Please click the old button by the side of me to subscribe, because it does help when you subscribe to the channel. It enables me to go to the manufacturers and ask for some bits and pieces to test, so I can put these videos up for you guys, so you will have something to watch and digest when you're looking at possibly changing for these lovely new things. So I'll catch you again soon. Thanks for watching.